in West Indian food, it is definitely the place to go, and fruits and so forth, right? So I always said, like if you're homeless in an island, like a West Indian island, a Caribbean island, you're never gonna go hungry because there's always fruit all around you all the time. It's always in season for something, and of course, I take that when it's mango season. So that is something to definitely keep in mind with our little conversational vacation to Trinidad and Tobago. So that is definitely something. So the next thing is, of course, with the music, one of my favorite. Now this is one of those that's my songs. And this is, and we're going to talk about this when we come back, but another soca music by the Soca Boys. And this is 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, dollar. Forget the small change and give me big money wine. I love that song. So, for those of you that don't know about that dance, so it's the 1 cent, which is, to one hip, out to one hip. And then there's the 5 cent, which is the next hip. And then it's the 10 cent, which, is you protruding your bottom out. And then the dollar is to the front, right? So that's they call it the dog here in the US, like doing the dog or doing the, doing the pump or something like that. But that's the dollar one, right? So that is that dance. And it's just so much fun, to do that dance. And I love it. Again, that's my song. That's my song. It probably always will be, because it's just so much fun. And when you listen to it with the, cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, dollar, that whole scenario is just lots of fun. But in speaking about the Twin Islands, so when I say Twin Islands, know that I'm talking about Trinidad and Tobago. Those are the Twin Islands. It's not Caribbean islands that have to really suffer a lot of hurricanes, and they say it's because of the twin sisters. So the way these two islands are, the wind that is involved in hurricanes and so forth don't really get a chance to go up and then come down, come down the terrain. So they just don't have a lot of hurricanes. You'll hear about hurricanes like in Haiti or like in the Virgin Islands. I know my uncle has been through, he lives in the Virgin Islands and St. Croix, and he's been through a couple of hurricanes. But Trinidad doesn't really suffer, that type of very aggressive weather like at any time. So I really appreciate that about Trinidad. And then they talk about pilau. That's one of the dishes that my mother would definitely make with the, the one pot comfort foods. And so she would make that. And, of course my grandmother would, pilau was just a big thing and tasted just really good. For people from Jamaica, that is red beans and rice. But in Trinidad, it is called pilau, and you can add meat or not. It all, whatever makes you, but it's a nice pot of really good food. And then macaroni pie, that was something I am a lover of macaroni and cheese. So I was never a big fan of macaroni pie, but my mother did make macaroni pie a lot when we were coming up. So I definitely have to, give a shout out to that. And then I told you that Trinidad and Tobago is near Venezuela. The capital of Trinidad and Tobago is Port of Spain. And so you can find your banks. You can find banks everywhere because it is growing, right? McDonald's finally got into Trinidad. For the longest time, McDonald's just could not get a foothold in Trinidad. But now it does have a foothold in Trinidad. But there were other chains that were there. Like Kentucky Fried Chicken, and, of course there are various pizza places. And, I know the last time I went, I saw a Haagen-Dazs store, and I was like, oh my goodness, but how much sense does that make, right? It's warm all year long. So, there's no, I don't get ice cream in the wintertime, cause there is no winter. So, there's always time to eat some ice cream. So, the time zone is first, let me go into the different ethnic groups that are in Trinidad and Tobago. And this is, of course, as of 2011. So it probably has fluctuated some, but it was 35.4% Indian, 34.2% African, 15.16% multiracial. And then there's 7.66% mixed, 0.59% European, 0.3% Chinese, 0.11% is Amerindian, that she spoke about in the brief history of Trinidad and Tobago. And then 0.08% of Arab, 0.06% Portuguese, 6.22% undeclared, and then 7.17% of other. So I always found that, very interesting. just take that for what it that's something to learn about the history and to know exactly what does that breakdown mean. And then the one thing that I thought was so very interesting, one time when I went there was like a big like thing in the town, right? So I'm from the dirty South. I'm from Princetown. My family is from Princetown. And so we're down in Princetown, and they're having some kind of some type of event, some type of, within the community. And so in the beginning of the ceremony, to bless the ceremony, they had 3 different people. So, here, people don't even bless an event, where everybody comes out. But for this particular one, they had a Muslim leader come out. They had a priest, like a Christian reverend priest, a Christian leader come out, and then there was a Hindu leader that came out, and they all blessed at their time. Each one got like their 2-3 minutes, and they blessed the crowd and their representatives in the crowd, not their representatives of the people that adhere to whatever their religious denomination. And I thought that was that's so different, because I've never been to an event like that where they acknowledged, more than one religion. But for this one, they acknowledged the 3 religions. And so I just thought that was so amazing to me. So I will break down, again, this is as of like 2011. But so it has, of course, there's been some fluctuating, some increases and some decreases. But this just gives you an idea of exactly, what the makeup in terms of the religious makeup of Trinidad and Tobago. So you have 55.3% Christian, 18.2% Hindu, 5% Muslim, 1.2% Baha'i, 0.9% Yoruba or Orisha, 0.3% Rastafarian, 5.8% is other, 11.1% not stated as to what the religion is, and this is of course in their census, and then 2.2% is none. So I just find that very, 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 very interesting. So the next, that's my song. This is another one of those from 2017. During Carnival, there is like the Calypso Soca Song that everybody is playing. And this next one is by Calypso Rose and Michelle Montano. Like, I remember when he was like a little boy, and now he's a grown man, but he still has a very big impact on music in Trinidad. Very proud to be a Trinidadian. So this next song is Calypso Rose and Michelle Montano, and this song is called Leave Me Alone.
Yeah, it's Calypso Rose, the Calypso queen of the world. Manu Joe Marshall Montano. Here we go. Hey.
Boy, don't touch me like you're going crazy. Let go me hand. Let me jump up in the band. I don't want nobody to come and stop me. Leave me, let me free up. Myself, let me jump up. So leave me alone. I am going home. So leave me alone. I am going home. Let me party, let me party, let me party, let me party.
Let me know. If we let we party, we having a ball. Nobody can stop we. No, not at all, and not chanting. Ay, ay, ay. When you see